Everyone is in the dining hall, besides Kokichi and Kaito. But mentally, they weren't really there. The life had gone out of their eyes. Everyone here looks terrible. Really? Even I look terrible? Well, your face always looks like that. What are we talking about? We're discussing how we want to die, right?
Huh?
What? I want to go without suffering. Maki, can you do something about that?
Okay.
Sure, but before that, take a look at this.
Ah!
Is that a flashback light? Maki, why do you have that?
I see.
It was on top of the table when I went to the dining hall this morning.
Huh?
It was just sitting there? Kokichi probably put it there.
Well then.
To confirm the truth, perhaps? If we use that flashback light, we may recover memories that corroborate a story. So we're supposed to use the flashback light to confirm the truth Kokichi told us. We don't need to confirm anything. We saw the outside world for ourselves.
Hey.
Do you want to die comfortably? I can help you, but we should check this flashback light first.
Huh?
What? Why do we have to do that?
Because.
It's the only thing we can do right now. If we're going to die, then we might as well do anything we can. We'll have no regrets that way.
That's right.
And even if it is dangerous, it wouldn't matter anymore, right? Either way, there's nothing for us to lose. We don't have any hope left.
Well...
So let's do what we can. Well, okay. Things won't end up any worse than they already are. So when you kill me, will it be like I'm falling asleep?
It's decided.
Kibo Shuichi, are you fine with that? Yes, very well then.
Okay.
Yeah. And thus it was decided, fairly painlessly. The flashback light suddenly appeared. Nothing could be more obvious and suspicious. But because our spirits were already broken, we had nothing to lose anyway.
Hey.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it on. Maki switched on the flashback light. And at that moment, the world flipped upside down, turned inside out. Ah! That's it! I remember! Everything is connected! And we had forgotten. We'd forgotten that everything is connected. It all started at that academy. A government-backed school that nurtured the most talented students in various subjects. Hope's Peak Academy. And the event that tore the school apart changed the world. Glad to hear Danganronpa music back again. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. It triggered a wave of terrorism and war across the world. Humanity's true despair. Half the world was destroyed as a result of the terrible violence. And that tragedy was caused by a single high school girl. The ultimate despair, Junko Enoshima. She used whatever means necessary to paint the world in despair. Our good old friends. The killing game of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy was the same way. Trapped by the ultimate despair, forced into a killing game. But after Junko Enoshima died, the case was closed, and the world began to slowly recover. But Junko's disciples, the remnants of despair, weren't done sowing chaos. I like this guy at the front left up here. He's pretty good. I like his mustache. The Future Foundation fought against them, trying to restore order. The war between hope and despair grew more and more extreme. The fight raged on, but came to a sudden end. And right then, it was from then on that we remembered. It was the beginning of our truth. One day, terrible despair suddenly rained from the sky. A countless number of meteorites fell down upon the world, carrying an unknown virus.
Danganronpa.
Emboldened by the overwhelming despair, the remnants cried, "Humanity deserves flyers!" The Future Foundation was overwhelmed by the renewed despair, and quickly lost influence. But then, Makoto Naege, together with the former members of the Future Foundation, started the Gopher Project at Hope's Peak Academy. Only genius can overcome nature, and only hope can overcome despair. Our young geniuses must escape this earth to become the seeds of the future. That is the only hope for humanity. With those principles, the Gopher Project began, and 16 Hope's Peak students were selected. We were those 16 students. That's it. We weren't all attending different high schools. We were all attending the rebuilt Hope's Peak Academy. We were the students that applied after learning Hope's Peak was rebuilt. And the new Hope's Peak was like the last in that it accepted applications for talented students and cultivated ultimate talents. Hope's Peak Academy was a large school, so we were all in separate classes. But we were all students of Hope's Peak Academy. From the candidates, the 16 of us were selected for the Gopher Project because... No, we weren't selected. We were the only ones left. The mysterious virus from the meteorites had spread rapidly around the world. Virus detected. Dead people on the ground. The entire world was on the brink of extinction. Hope had almost triumphed, but cruel despair came roaring back to overtake the world. But we just happened to be immune to the virus. That was the reason why we were chosen for the Gopher Project. I finally remembered. The world, this world, it's all connected.
That's it!
I'm gonna take a really quick break because I'm getting nervous about that I've been recording for an hour and it already crashed, so I'm gonna save recording really quick. Start a new recording. Everyone, did you all remember?
Yes.
I can vividly recall everything now.
I guess.
Yeah, why? How could we forget something so important?
Yeah.
We were students of Hope's Peak Academy. We were the symbols of hope, entrusted with the survival of humanity.
Okay.
Except for one person.
That punk.
Kokichi Oma, the mastermind behind this killing game. His organization's real identity.
They were the remnants of despair.
That's right. The cult organization out to destroy the Gopher Project. If Kokichi is the leader, that means he controls the remnants of despair. Out of all of us, he is the closest to the ultimate despair.
It's so obvious. A killing game like this could only be done by the remnants of despair.
Class trials, Monokuma, and students of Hope's Peak Academy. It's all just like Junko Enoshima's killing game. Only someone who worships the ultimate despair would replicate that killing game.
Which means...
This killing game is just like the one that came before. It's a battle between hope and despair. A killing game that mires hope in dark despair.
Got a minute?
Get ready to say hope and despair a lot. Wait, hold on. If this was such an important killing game, then why did Kokichi abandon it? That's also something the remnants of despair would do. They admire Junko and Oshima, right? He made an elaborate plan to cause us to despair, but he got bored of that plan.
Jeez.
Wanting to feel the despair of your plan being ruined. That's the ultimate despair for you.
Hey,
What's wrong, Maki?
So what?
Nothing. I'm just not convinced.
It's okay.
It's probably fine, though. It's not a big deal.
okay.
Are you sure?
But
We finally learned the truth, but we still can't do anything. Even if we get out of this academy, the outside world is still destroyed. There's no hope left for us.
Everyone!
No, we just need to become that hope.
what's wrong?
What's with you all of a sudden?
If I must.
If all hope is lost, then it's up to us to become that hope. After all, we're students of Hope's Peak Academy, aren't we? If we're all that's left of the 16 who survived the battle between hope and despair.
Listen closely.
If we give up now, everyone who fought on the side of hope will have fought for nothing.
That's true.
Fought for nothing.
I heard it.
That's what my inner voice is telling me. Is your inner voice like Makoto Naege? That no matter what, I cannot abandon hope. I cannot give up. Yes, that's what it's urging me to do.
Leave it to me.
So I will not despair. Even if it's only a little, I will move forward with hope.
Okay.
Kibo,
Listen closely.
right now there's no use in thinking about whether our lives have meaning or not. Because as long as we're alive, we still have the power to decide that meaning for ourselves. That's what I believe hope is.
I see.
That's what hope is. I see. Yeah, you're right. We're the students of the new Hope Speak Academy, rebuilt as the symbol of hope.
Yeah.
If we, the students of Hope Speak, give up, the world really will be plunged into despair.
You're right.
I got it. In the end, it's all about willpower. I'm gonna live till the end and never give up. We won't be able to do anything in that destroyed world.
Great, huh?
But making the impossible possible is what magic is all about. It's a pain, but it'll be worth it. I'll live. I'll live for 100 million more years. You guys,
You're right.
it's not even physically possible. You're right, let's do it.
All right.
I'll fight together, or let's fight, against despair.
Yes.
As long as we stand together without giving in to despair, we will find a new hope. We all stood in unison. We each felt the power of hope coursing through us, driving our bodies. The hope born in this academy, a tree of life with roots down deep. It was supporting each and every one of us. I mean, that's great and all, but what do we do? Motivation is rushing through my entire body. This is the power of hope. With a laugh like that, you sound less like a mage and more like a wicked witch. Kokichi may have left that flashback light to make us give up. But if that was his plan, it failed. It's true. It does seem as though Kokichi's plan went wrong somewhere. The only person who can give us flashback lights is Kokichi.
Hey,
So what's our plan now? What are we gonna do about Kokichi?
That's right.
We gotta stop you-know-who, the remnant of despair, or this despair will never end.
Okay.
We have to save Kaido too.
You're right.
Yeah, of course.
You're right.
He's so stupidly positive. He's just the kind of guy we need at a time like this.
that's right.
With Kaido by our side encouraging us, then even if we are the only people left, I think we can still find a new hope. Yeah, that's exactly right. I knew that, even in a situation like this, he'd think of something. The problem is, where are Kokichi and Kaido?
It's okay.
They're in the Exisal hangar.
Huh?
Both of them? Kokichi did say that Kaido would be trapped in there, but
Okay.
By chance, I happened to see Kokichi leaving the hangar during nighttime yesterday.
What?
By chance? Really?
Right!
I bet the truth is you were worried about Kaido and were watching the hangar all day. Blush? Looks like that was the case.
So what?
It's not like I was worried about Kaido or anything back. I just had nothing else to do. Also, I'm used to watching others, so it wasn't any trouble. It's important for assassins to watch their targets and to think of ways to kill them.
Stop it.
You're just getting mushy, but you had to make it all bloody instead.
100%.
We know they're in the Exisal hangar, but how do we get them out?
By the way,
We could use that convenient little porthole in the bathroom, right? I don't know how, but somehow. The hangar is an alarm system that will go off if anyone approaches the shutter. On top of that, Kokichi is the alarm remote key to shut off that alarm system. And there's also an electric barrier, right? You'd need to do something about that too.
yes.
But even approaching the control panel will set off the alarm too. Didn't anyone charge up their electro hammers, perchance? So many problems right from the start. What should we do?
It's okay.
It'll be fine. I think I know how to stop the alarm system and the electric barrier. Does she have an idea? We'll keep going for a little bit longer. I can hear my voice starting to give out though, so we can't do too much longer, but I'd like to hear what her plan is, and then maybe we'll stop before we enact the plan. How do you plan to get past the alarm system and barrier?
Okay.
With the electro hammer. There we go. Good enough.
Well,
If you hit the control panel with it, it should disable the electric barrier. We did the same thing to the electronic lock on the exit to the outside world. But it won't work the same way on the alarm system, will it? The alarm will go off before we can even get close enough to use the electro hammer.
that's true.
Then we'll use this. Is that... It's not exactly a bomb, though. Even if it is called an electro bomb. Jams electronic signals by scattering particles that interfere with electromagnetic waves. For 2 hours, any and all electronic devices within 50 yards will be completely disabled. It's perfect for any secret activities, too, since it doesn't leave any debris behind. The invention is extraordinary, but I only have 3 of them. And presumably he left them around, I guess, for her to find them, so I need to use them carefully. You guys will have to settle for the electro hammers.
But
Why do you have that, Maki? There were only 3 and I thought Kokichi had them. I stole it from his pocket.
Okay.
During that time. As expected, your kleptomania and terrifying glare are both first class. That terrifying glare part was a joke. So can you stop glaring at me so terrifyingly?
Thank you very much.
Nice work, Maki. We can use that electro bomb to get inside the hangar.
No.
Not only that, it will disable all communication. Yeah, but won't it, like, disable
Okay.
Kibo? That should include the remote control Kokichi uses for the Exisals.
100%.
If we use the electro bomb in front of the shutter, it should affect the entire hangar. Then Kokichi will be as good as butt naked. All he'll be able to do is hold his crotch and run.
No.
But he still might be able to control an Exisal from inside.
oh my!
Butt naked?
No.
No, I'm pretty sure he'll be clothed.
I see.
Then we should bring the electro hammers as a precaution against the Exisals. Dang it, I just left mine sitting around without charging it.
Sorry.
I did too. Takes 24 hours to charge an electro hammer, so we'll have to wait until tomorrow morning.
Huh?
We're going to wait until tomorrow morning? What about the hangar? We don't really have a choice, do we? Without the electro hammers, it's impossible.
Remember,
Maki, I know you don't want to waste a single minute more than necessary. We shouldn't try this until tomorrow, when everyone is ready.
That's true.
Fine, that's what we'll do then. This time, we'll definitely kill him. Kill?
Wait!
No, Maki, you can't. Even if he's a remnant of despair, that doesn't...
That punk.
But if we kill him, then everything will end. We have no other choice. For that reason, I will kill him.
No.
But you can't.
You're right.
I understand how you feel, Maki. But we'd feel bad after we killed him.
Don't!
It would be no different than the killing game that has caused us so much suffering.
Yeah.
That's sort of the thing that the remnants of despair or Kira would do.
Okay,
But Kaido said that killing is wrong, remember?
I knew it.
So we can't.
Okay.
I guess Kaido said so. If everyone thinks that way, then I'll listen to you guys.
Well,
But if it seems like anything dangerous is going to happen, then I'll definitely kill him.
Oh.
Wow, Maki's actually reliable?
No.
No, she's dangerous. There's nothing more dangerous than a heated Maki roll. If a Maki roll gets too heated, you could burn your tongue. Did you see those eyes? They were like a predator looking at its prey.
Well,
You may have deserved that, Himiko. But it's true that this is quite unexpected. I didn't think we'd be able to stand together as one again. And it's thanks to Maki. While we were sedentary, feeling sorry for ourselves, she was planning. I suppose it might also be thanks to Kaito. Because Kaito was worried about her. She promised to work hard and do her best. Of course. If I pointed that out, she'd ask me if I wanted to die again.
got a minute?
What are you looking at?
sorry.
Hey,
Let's do our best. Then the three of us can train together again.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Still, after the, take down Kokichi and rescue Kaido mission, I'm not exactly sure what we're planning on doing. Like, just living out the rest of our lives in this, arc? I was also wondering why the Exisals were, like, taking out so much land that whole time, and I started to think, I wonder if maybe they were taking out the trees and all the grass and everything, because maybe that was like renewing the oxygen, the carbon dioxide to oxygen thing, and so maybe he was hoping if his plan failed, well, they just run out of oxygen eventually anyway. I don't know. It's an idea though. We finalized our plan to get into the Exisal hangar tomorrow morning. Until then, we would wait for the electro hammers to recharge and furnish preparations. We split up, focused and determined. We're gonna have free time?
All right.
First, we need to charge the electro hammer. But I shouldn't just stand around waiting. I need to make up for lost time. There has to be something I can do. Nice job, Mr. Ultimate Detective. That was a wise call, Shuichi. But your talent is useless now. Mystery of the Killing Game. The secret of the outside world. The mastermind's identity. They're all solved. We don't need a detective anymore. This is the true ending. No, that's not true. There has to be something I can do.
All right.
Right, I should scout the area. It'd be a good idea to check out the scene before we execute the plan. And I'm worried about Kaido. He's hurt, and he's sick. I'm sure he doesn't want me to worry about him, but I have to.
Okay.
Alright, I'll go. Alright. So, yeah, we'll leave it off there. Long episode today, but it's definitely very intriguing. We found out the secret of the outside world, and to be perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea what they're going to do about that. Because, they can achieve, localized small victory and take out Kokichi and save Spaceman, but what are you gonna do? I guess presumably maybe they could figure out how to get the spaceship back up again. and send it back off to another planet just like the original plan? Maybe? And then they could start the new life? Maybe? I don't know. But anyway, that's where I'll leave it off. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time for some more Danganronpa V3. Bye!